the booktube, it's Eleanor here. Today I'm doing a video because it's not really an announcement, because I don't really mind if it's just me that does this, but I've decided that this weekend, that on Saturday and Sunday I've got quite a nice weekend of relaxation, because my husband is doing all the club runs and taking my daughter swimming in the afternoon, so I've got Saturday to sort of do what I want to do really, and on Sunday my parents are taking Matilda out for the day, so all going well, you know, with her separation anxiety. That should go ahead, and so I've got Saturday and Sunday to just do what I want. And I thought I quite like to set myself a little challenge and maybe do myself a little readathon. So I'll put the picture up here and I'm going to post it on Instagram just in case anybody fancied you know, tagging along with me really. But I've been wanting to for ages just dedicate a whole weekend just to reading graphic novels. I've got quite a lot on my shelf now, ones that I want to get to that never seems to be the right time. I never seem to pick them up. So I've set myself a little bingo board, and I'm going to try and get through as many of the challenges as I can. I've given it a bit of an autumnal feel because it's autumn and I love autumn, and it fit with a lot of the graphic novels that I've got. Yeah. But I'm going to show you the books that I'm reading and what the prompts are, and talk about what each prompt means on the bingo board. And then you should see a vlog coming up from me at the end of the weekend letting you know what my thoughts are on all these. Maybe there'll be a trip to my local comic book shop as well at some point during the weekend for one of the particular prompts, but we'll see. Sorry about that. Well, you won't be sorry about that because I would have cut out the massive chunk of time I've run downstairs, but that was our next door neighbour's daughter. She likes to come round and ask for Matilda to come play in the street, which is so lovely. I love our close so much. Okay, so let's talk about the prompts. The first prompt, well, the first prompt that I can see is a free prompt. So there's always nice to have that free square where you can just pick up whatever you fancy. I've got some ones on my shelf that I haven't put into my TBR, so maybe I'll pick up one of them. Maybe I'll go and treat myself to a new one. We shall see. The next one is Giant. Now for Giant, I just want you to pick up a book that is over 200 pages. So for me, I want to finally finish. I started this one, but I think I'm gonna have to start from the beginning because I can't remember anything that happened. My favourite thing is Monsters by Emil Ferris. This is 414 pages, so it's quite a whopper. I just love the artwork in this book, so I'm going to be picking up this one as my Giant book. The next square is New In, so the newest book that's come in onto your TBR. I've got a book that's due to arrive before the weekend, and so I will surprise you with that in my vlog, but I'm really excited about it and I think it's going to be a really sweet, lovely one. Or if I go to the comic book shop at the weekend, my local one in town, then maybe I'll pick up something new in there and that will be my New In. But that one I'm leaving along with my free space to give me a little bit of manoeuvrability. So the next one is a non-fiction, and for that I'm going for this one, which is No Ivy League by Hazel Newlevant. This is an autobiography of Hazel's time when she was working alongside at-risk teens, and I think they're clearing ivy from somewhere, and I think it just looks into the idea of race and white privilege and class from Hazel's view as a 17-year-old girl. I love the fact that this is all done in this sort of green palette to go along with this sort of nature feel as well. So yeah, I think segregation as well is also looked in here. It's set in Portland. Yeah, I'm looking forward to picking this up for my non-fiction. Okay, so the next prompt is to pick up a book where the main character is a woman of colour. And for that, I'm going for Motor Crush Volume 1. I just think this series sounds awesome. It's about a girl who lives in Nova Honda, which is the home of the World Grand Prix, and also this illegal street race, the Cannonball, and then you've got Domino Swift, who is one of the best racers on the circuit, but also she's like going against rival gangs and things like that, and I just think it sounds awesome. And again, I really enjoy the look of the art style in here, and I love that we've got a female woman of colour main character who is kicking ass against all the boys. Next up is an LGBTQIA plus book, and for that I'm going to be picking up Heartstopper Volume 1 by Alice Osmond. Everyone has been reading this book and saying how amazing it is. Normally it wouldn't be my style. I'm not necessarily into black and white graphic novels, but Alice Osmond, I really enjoy her YA fiction. And this is a male-male romance about two boys who meet and form a friendship which becomes more, and everyone that's read it has said how wonderful it is, so I want to read this one to fulfill that prompt. Okay, the next prompt is a YA graphic novel, and I'm going to pick up Heartstopper Volume 2. The main characters in this are teens, and so this fulfills that prompt, and I really think that I'd like to read the second one after the first one, so why not binge Volume 1 and Volume 2. For the prompt Autumnal Colors, for that I want you to pick a book which has sort of autumnal colours on the front or in the cover in some way, or even in the colour palette of the graphic novel itself. And for that I'm going for Pumpkinheads by Faith Erin Hicks and Rainbow Rowell, and I just think this looks so cute, and it's all about pumpkins, which itself is autumnal, and there's autumnal colours on the front, so really what more could you ask for? For the prompt of middle grade, I'm going to pick up this one, which is Fake Blood by Whitney Gardner. This just sounds so cute, and it's definitely that sort of clean, bright colour palette, quite sort of bold but not too much detail, which I quite enjoy. This one just sounds so cute. It's about AJ. It's the beginning of the school year. He feels like everyone's changing but him. He doesn't feel like he's changed at all, and he decides that he's got eyes for this girl called Nia. But how can anyone like him when she's only got eyes for vampires? And so I think he decides that he's going to be a vampire. I don't know. I just think this sounds cute, and I don't want to really know too much about it, but this will be my middle grade pick. For the sequel, I'm going to be reading Motocross Volume 2, so that fulfills that prompt. For a magical one, I just want a graphic novel that includes magic in some way, shape or form. So basically not a non-fiction or a contemporary. And so for that, I'm going to finally get to the Adventure Zone Volume 1. This, I believe, is based on a podcast of a family that plays D&D together, I think. And this just looks like so much fun, and it's all about their adventures, I think, that have been sort of turned into a proper story. I just think this sounds really cute. I haven't actually listened to the podcast itself, so I hope that that's not going to spoil my enjoyment, but I definitely want to go into this one, and everyone who listens to the podcasts say how funny it is, so hopefully this will be funny too. And then the final graphic novel reading prompt is a superhero book. So a book that's got sort of some sort of superheroes or villains or supervillains. And I'm going to tie this one in for that. And it's called Hench Girl by Kristen Gudsnuck. And this is meant to be quite funny, about a girl that wants to be a hench girl. So the hench girl of someone who's a villain, and I just think it looks like it's going to be funny. It says it's going to be funny, and I think this one, it says Crepe City, modern day, a city once glorified for the quality of thin pancakes, now dragged to ruin by all-out war between heroes and villains. Enter Mary Poser, the hench girl with a heart of gold. So hopefully maybe superheroes, but definitely a heroes and villains story for sure. And then you may notice that on the bingo board there is actually some sort of orange prompts with words on, and that's just because I wanted to make the board look nice and fit properly. And so I'm also setting myself some Instagram/YouTube goals: A, to post a TBR, B, to post a wrap up, C, to show pictorially photographically some of my favourite art that I read over the weekend, and then fourth, to show my favourite page that I read. So pick the page that I have enjoyed the most for whatever reason and showcase that. So that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend. If you want to join in, or if you want to do this at any other time or any other day or weekend or whenever you want, feel free to help yourself. It's just a very quick sort of basic thing that I've thrown together because I wanted to make it more fun so that I could cross things off on a bingo board, because, you know, who doesn't like ticking off things? And that's what I'll be doing this weekend. So I'll let you know how I get on with these, and I'll vlog the weekend talking about the books that I've read, what I think of them, some mini reviews. I'll take you along to my local comic book shop and show you around there, maybe pick up some new ones, and yeah, I look forward to sharing this with you. Let me know in the comments below if you fancy doing it, or if you can recommend any books that you think maybe I should try and pick up, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now, BookTube.